Get to a live report from the roads right now.
Yeah, meteorologist Sam Cantro is in our mobile weather lab for us this morning. Sam, what are the conditions like that you're seeing out there?
Well, I can tell you from experience here, depending on where you are in the state, obviously, it is a very, very different story. We've started to say that to you this morning. We're going to continue to say that to you. Now, we were set to go on the highway, but we're not on the highway right now. We're on the post road in Milford. Like Teresa was saying earlier, the highway is shut down in Milford. You have to get off the exit where the mall is, 39. And you have to get off there, then you have to drive down the road a little bit, and then you have to make a U-turn, and then you have to go even further down. Now, if you're in a car, you're okay. You could get on the Merritt Parkway going southbound if you needed to, but what you can see in front of us is a line of trucks, not going very, very quickly because obviously the road conditions are not too great. Now, from what I see over here in Milford, it looks like the road surface was treated, but on the drive down to Milford, it was kind of dicey, I guess you could sort of say. We didn't experience any freezing rain on the way down. At times we saw snow that sort of picked up a little bit and then kind of slowed back down just a little bit more and then picked up and slowed down. And that's sort of the nature. Right now we're in a little bit of a lull. Kind of difficult to see. We're reaching an area where there aren't very many street lights over here. But I'm not really seeing too much happening over here. Earlier it did change over to some snow, and that seems to be the nature of the beast for the day today. Gil will talk more about that in a little bit. But it's really on and off in nature with snow at times and sleet at times. The hope is that we don't see too much freezing rain. I could tell you, I was driving down 91 southbound, and from exit 8 all the way to exit 3, there was a major difference from what started off as sleet, then changed over to completely freezing rain. So that's something we're going to have to watch very closely. Freezing rain, always better than getting snow. Of course, it's the lesser of two evils. All right, we'll get ourselves back on the highway, let you know what the conditions are if you're traveling down towards New York City in just a little bit. We'll see you in, well, about 20 minutes.
Sam, thank you. That's right. Don't let the lack of snow on some roads deceive you because it's very icy out there. I had that experience.
It's a lesson I'm learning over and over again. Just because it's one way in one place doesn't mean it's going to be that way down the road.
Right. All right, let's continue our winter coverage this morning.
Yeah, News 8's Kent Pierce is live from West Haven, where they've had some trouble. What's up, Kent?
Yeah, Allie and Jim, what you were just saying applies here because we don't have much snow on the ground here in West Haven, but it is clearly very slippery. How do I know that? Because an SUV just took out somebody's front porch here. I'm on Washington Avenue. We're about halfway between Elm Street and the beach. And about half an hour or so ago, an SUV was heading south on Washington Avenue, lost control, left the road, and came up onto a snowbank, which is the front, in nicer weather, the front lawn of this apartment building, took out the supports to the front porch there. A little tough to see in the dark, I know, but then traveled on a little further and came to a rest on the other side of that police car down there. Fortunately, didn't seem to actually do a real hard hit on the front of that building. Otherwise, could have done some real structural damage. Somebody who lives in that building just told me that it sounded to them like a bomb went off. That's how loud it was. The driver of that SUV was taken away in an ambulance. People say he seemed okay. Not sure how he lost control this badly, though. As I say, it doesn't look like there's too much structural damage to the building, so I don't think the people are going to have to evacuate that sort of thing. But it did take out the supports on the front of that building and proves to everybody just how slippery things are if this can happen with only just a thin layer of snow on the road so far. We're live in West Haven this morning. I'm Kent Pierce. Back to you.